Every single person who has ever lived, from Adam to the last human being, is moving toward one unavoidable moment, a day unlike any other, a day when mountains will crumble, oceans will overflow, and every soul will stand before its Creator. In Islam, this day is known as the Day of Judgment, the Hour. But Allah did not leave humanity without warning. Long before that final moment arrives, unmistakable signs will appear. Quran Surah Muhammad 47, verse 18 English translation. Do they await anything except that the hour should come upon them suddenly? But its signs have already come. This verse teaches that the coming of the hour is certain. No, one knows exactly when it will happen. Only Allah possesses that knowledge. Yet Allah informed humanity that signs would appear before the final hour, so believers would remain prepared. The Prophet Muhammad was once asked about the exact time of the hour. His answer teaches one of the greatest lessons in Islam. Reference Sahih al-Bukhari, 50 English translation. The one being asked knows no more than the one asking. Even the greatest angel, Jibril, did not know. Even the Prophet Muhammad did not know. Only Allah knows the exact moment the universe will end. That means every prediction claiming to know the exact date of the Day of Judgment is false according to authentic Islamic teachings. The signs were never meant to satisfy curiosity. They were given to awaken hearts. Every sign is a reminder that this worldly life is temporary. Every generation witnesses reminders that bring them closer to meeting
Allah. The question is not, when will the hour come?
The real question is, will we be ready when it comes? The Prophet Muhammad described several signs that would become increasingly visible before the final hour. Reference Sahih al-Bukhari 7121. Also reported in Sahih al-Bukhari 1036 with similar wording. English translation, excerpt. The hour will not be established until religious knowledge is taken away. Earthquakes increase, time passes quickly, trials appear, killing becomes widespread, wealth becomes abundant, and people compete in constructing tall buildings. Notice something remarkable. The Prophet did not mention only one sign. He described many signs appearing together, gradually increasing as humanity moves closer to the last day. This is only the beginning. In the next chapter, we will examine each of these minor signs individually. What did the Prophet actually say? How did the companions understand these words? And what lessons should Muslims take from them today? Because the greatest preparation for the Day of Judgment is not knowing when it will happen. It is making sure we are ready before it does. Imagine if every human being knew the exact day the world would end. Many people would spend their lives chasing wealth, power, and desires. Then, only at the very end, they would suddenly decide to repent. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom, kept the exact moment hidden. This uncertainty is itself a mercy. It reminds every believer to remain prepared, not tomorrow, not next year, but today. Every sunrise could be another opportunity to return to Allah, and every sunset could be one day closer to meeting Him. Many people hear about the signs of the Day of Judgment and immediately feel fear. But the purpose of these signs is much deeper than fear. They are reminders. They are warnings filled with mercy. Allah continually gives humanity opportunities to wake up before the final hour arrives. Every generation receives these reminders. The question has never been, when will the hour come? The real question is, what have I prepared for that day? When Angel Jibril asked about the hour, the Prophet did not answer with a date. Instead, after explaining that only Allah knows the hour, Jibril asked another question. Reference Sahih al-Bukhari. Hadith 50, he asked about Islam, Iman, and Ihsan. This teaches an incredible lesson. Preparing for the Day of Judgment is not about predicting the future. It is about strengthening our faith, perfecting our worship, improving our character, and living every day as sincere servants of Allah. One of the most remarkable things about the signs of the hour is that life will continue. People will continue building, trading, traveling, planning their futures, getting married, having children, buying homes, and chasing success. Yet the signs will quietly continue. appearing around them. Many people will witness them, but very few will truly reflect upon them. The Prophet Muhammad described a number of events that would gradually appear before the final hour. Some would happen once, others would continue increasing until the Day of Judgment. Among these authentic minor signs are religious knowledge becoming scarce, ignorance spreading, earthquakes becoming more frequent, time feeling as though it passes more quickly, widespread trials and confusion, killing becoming increasingly common, competition in constructing very tall buildings, wealth becoming abundant while gratitude decreases. These signs are not presented so people can endlessly speculate. They are reminders that this worldly life is temporary. As we continue this journey, we will examine each of these authentic signs, one by one, using only the Quran and authentic narrations from the Prophet Muhammad. No myths, no fabricated stories, no sensational claims. Only authentic Islamic sources, because when speaking about the Day of Judgment, truth matters more than entertainment. Imagine living in a world where information is everywhere. Millions of books, billions of web pages, endless videos and lectures. Yet true knowledge becomes harder and harder to find. More information, but less guidance. The Prophet Muhammad warned that this would happen long before the final hour. The Prophet was not speaking about science or mathematics or technology. He was speaking about authentic religious knowledge. Knowledge that teaches people who Allah is, how to worship Him, and how to live according to His guidance. Reference Quran Surah Az-Zumar, 39, verse 9 English translation. Say, are those who know equal to those who do not know? This verse highlights the honor and value that Allah gives to beneficial knowledge. Reference Sahih al-Bukhari. The Prophet explained that Allah does not remove knowledge by taking it directly from people's hearts. Rather, He takes away knowledge by taking the scholars. When knowledgeable scholars pass away, people begin following those who lack sound knowledge. They give religious rulings without proper understanding. As a result, they go astray, and they lead others astray. For your final production script, I recommend verifying the exact hadith numbering from your preferred edition of Sahih al-Bukhari, as numbering differs slightly across publishers. While the text remains the same, every generation depends upon trustworthy scholars. They preserve the Quran, explain the Sunnah, correct misunderstandings, and protect people from false teachings. When sincere scholars become fewer, confusion grows. People begin following opinions instead of authentic evidence. The warning is not only about losing scholars, it is also a reminder for every believer to seek authentic knowledge before opportunities disappear. Learning even one authentic teaching and practicing it sincerely can transform a person's life. Disappearance of authentic knowledge is not merely a sign of the approaching hour, it is a reminder to value the Quran, to value the Sunnah, and to seek knowledge from trustworthy sources before it is too late. Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that every book about Islam, every Quran, every Hadith had simply disappeared. That is not how Allah removes knowledge. The Prophet Muhammad explained that knowledge disappears gradually, one righteous scholar at a time. Authentic reference, Sahih al-Bukhari, 100 English translation. Allah does not take away knowledge by removing it from the hearts of the people. Rather, He takes away knowledge by taking the lives of the scholars. When no scholar remains, people will take ignorant persons as their leaders. They will be asked, and they will give religious verdicts without knowledge. They will go astray and lead others astray. Knowledge is light. When scholars leave this world, the light becomes dimmer. People still want answers, but instead of searching for authentic guidance, many begin following whoever speaks with confidence. Truth becomes mixed with opinions. Authenticity becomes mixed with assumptions. Slowly, falsehood begins to look like truth. Islam teaches something extraordinary. It is better to say, "I don't know," than to speak about Allah without knowledge, because one wrong religious ruling can misguide thousands of people. The Prophet warned that ignorant leaders would issue religious verdicts without proper knowledge. They themselves would become lost, and they would cause many others to become lost as well. Every believer has a responsibility. Learn Islam from trustworthy scholars who explain the Quran through the authentic Sunnah. Not every popular speaker, not every viral video, not every social media post represents authentic Islamic knowledge. The Quran encourages believers to value those who possess true knowledge. Quran reference Surah Az-Zumar 39:9. English translation. Say, are those who know equal to those who do not know? Only those of understanding will take heed. This verse reminds us that beneficial knowledge is an honor from Allah and a means of guidance. Perhaps one of the greatest preparations for the Day of Judgment is not simply learning more, but learning correctly. Every authentic lesson, every verse understood, every sunnah practiced brings a believer one step closer to Allah. The disappearance of knowledge will not happen in a single day. It begins quietly, one scholar, then another, until people begin searching for guidance, but no longer know where to find it. This is one of the authentic minor signs that the Prophet Muhammad warned us about over 14 centuries ago. Qiyamah.